Okay, I switched them around. I have the shields on the inside the mag well. So the shields is in the mag well right now in the Glock. And then there is the OEM on the right. I don't know, there are subtle differences as far as in the follower. Okay, so here's the Glock, here's the shields. And I'm going to hold them up so they're in the same direction. So we're looking at the back or the rear. And let me see if I can zoom in here a little. So the one thing that I find different in everything that I've looked at is that there's this groove on the Glock right here, this little groove right there, that edge. So that's one thing I find, that over here, you don't have that sharp edge right over here. And I think that makes a major difference in the ability to put a round, slide around on the top of the follower here once it's in the magazine. And I'll show you that here in a minute. Okay, now what I've done is I've just taken the shield spring and put it in the magazine, the shield magazine, right? So I'm gonna take a round and I'm gonna put it in. And it goes in fairly easy. The more rounds I put in the shield magazine, the harder it is. I can put 10 rounds in here, it takes 15. And just, I mean, the same thing with the other magazines, OEM Glock and stuff like that. But it is really difficult, even with the mag loader, to really get around into the follower right there. And even now, you really have to finagle that round in there. It just feels rough. And especially when you take it out. I mean, right here, I'm feeling pressure. I literally am feeling pressure when I'm going this way, getting the round out. So I really have to pull it out. Whereas if I have a Glock here in the Shields magazine and I put the round in, that goes in real smooth. It comes out real like butter. Okay. So I don't know if that's something that Shields needs to look at, whether missing this little edge all up and down the follower is an issue when you're actually shooting. I don't know if that comes into equation. That's something else that I'm looking at to see if I can't help them out. So in this shot right here, I'm showing you how tight the OEM mag sits in the mag well. So what you're looking at here is, this is the Glock OEM magazine, and see how here in the receiver in the mag well, how it's pretty tight, it's pretty snug. So now I'm going to show you the S15. What I'm showing you is the S15 Shields mag in my Glock 43X MOS. And as you can see, supposedly those little ribs on the back of the magazine, they're supposed to put pressure on the inside of the mag well so that there is a snug fit, but as you can see, there is definitely no contact between those new ribs and the inside of the mag well. So I'm not sure what the design was from Shields, but just for those people out there that are thinking about getting the Gen 3, you might want to consider holding off until they correct this. And I mean, this is the mag, and it's put in my Glock. And as you can see, so you would be doing that every time, and there's space there as compared to the OEM model. And if I were to take my thumb here and push this way, let's see what happens. All right, let me get a good angle here. And still, if I try to push in this direction, there's no movement of the Shields mag. So those little ribs really don't mean anything in the construction, the engineering of this mag. There's no contact. Let me see if I can't zoom in a little better here. Yeah, there's literally no contact. Maybe one on the left there, but there is no contact. So really, I don't know what that they're supposed to be doing, because they don't do anything. That might be an issue.